You know what I want to talk about? Like, I don't want to sound like there needs to be something in place regarding like weight and airplane seats.
What would you do to fix it?
Do we do like a big section on the planes? This is why I didn't want to bring this up because it sounds bad.
Here's the issue. The weight of the plane needs to be distributed evenly. You put all these people in one area, the plane is flying sideways. You can never land. If they're all in the back, you can never land the plane.
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Ready, dude.
Let me get a little nicotine in my brain real quick.
That's where it goes to too. You start getting lightheaded hitting this hookah. I haven't smoked hookah in a while. I don't even do the vapes anymore, the Pashas.
Yeah, you're lucky because I had to move home from Houston, Texas because the influx of hookah smoke into my lungs was starting to cause cancer.
Is that big out there? Is that big out there?
That's all they do. Smoke hookah, drink Henny, hit their women.
They don't hit their women.
That's literally, I'm telling you right now, I'll never forget this experience in my entire life. I'm hitting on this girl in the nightclub and she's like into me because I'm the DJ. Like, I know, I've been doing this for long enough to where I know, like, a girl will give you just enough to get on stage and be up there.
Oh my God, it's strategy. I've seen him on, oh my God, yeah, he's so dirty and disgusting, but I think I'm going to go to the employee bathroom with him.
Yeah, basically that. But she wasn't there yet. She was like still using me for my bottle of tequila, for the clout in the DJ booth.
Right.
And then the moment that I got mad at her because like these are all like ghetto ass little bitches. She's like climbing over someone else's table to come up to the DJ booth and I'm trying to help her. And the person's table who she's climbing over, who paid for the table, is mad that she's climbing over the table and like said something to her. And then this girl's like trying to fight with the table. And I'm like, I grabbed her. I was like, yo, you can't do that. Like they paid for this table. Know your role. I started yelling at her, getting mad at her. That was the moment that it changed and she actually was like with me. Like the moment that I yelled at her and got serious with her and was like, yo,
issue,
like know your role. She like fell in love right there. Right then.
How does that work?
What do you mean? How does that work? This is what they're programmed to do. If you don't hit them a little bit, they don't like you.
Oh my God,
that's what goes on out there, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
So she had hard eyes after that because you yelled at her.
Yes, 100%.
Because it was toxic.
That's all it is. It's mad toxic. It's crazy. But I digress. Let me get back. Let me get you your introduction that you deserve. Episode 113, the Party with Strategy podcast. Very special guest who, pre-pandemic, we actually had a little pod together called Is This What We're Doing? It was a good time. Big homie Blocks was on an episode. Shouts to that guy.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him for a minute. But, we got the Polish pickled pierogi in the house.
The Polish pickled.
My boy Nick, Tongue Gang CEO.
What's up? We're back.
Dude. Keep that thing away from my girlfriend, bro.
Got to keep it off this microphone. It's going to get water damage, dude.
Give me this, bro. Pause.
So we're back. Yeah, I forgot we did have Big Homie Blocks on an episode.
You remember that? It was a little crazy, bro. He brought his homie.
Yeah.
Just rolled up with like a crew.
Yeah, no, he totally just brought a +1. like he totally brought a +1. It was fine. Like it worked out, but it was just like, yeah, Blocks came through. Blocks is actually a big reason why I got not into social media stuff, doing comedy on social media, but he was one of the first like bigger people from Chicago that I worked with. And still to this day, he's one of my, most favorite people to do videos with.
Yeah, where's he at? He went to Florida, right?
No, he's in Atlanta.
Yeah,
he's in Atlanta.
He was like earlier in the game. I feel like Atlanta's kind of exploded recently. I feel like he was one of the earlier people to move out there.
Yeah, he shot over there, but it comes to a point where you literally, you have to experience this too with DJing. Like you were in Chicago for so long, you networked so much with different places, people, DJs, that it's like sometimes it's beneficial for you to relocate and get a whole new experience, different people, different locations, because it like, not only is it good for you, but it helps you with what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I think that was his big thing too.
100%. I mean, as much as I talk about Houston, I am glad that I do have a network out there now. I spent time out there. I learned, you know, in terms of DJing, how to rock different rooms, how to play in front of different crowds,
right?
How to advance my microphone skills, all these different things. There was some positive sides. It's not all hitting women and drinking Hennessy, but there's a lot of that.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That's did they have you on the mic there when you were DJing? Because you were never doing that in Chicago.
You gotta be.
So that's a big thing out there for the DJs?
It's big. I think also, like, even coming back here, they want that here now. They never wanted it in Chicago before. Now they want it. It's more, there's like this shout out the bottle spenders, make them feel special, make them buy more bottles,
right?
Pin two tables up against each other, get on the mic and rile them up a little bit, which is something that...
Max out their credit card.
100%, yeah.
And then call Chase the next day and report it that it was stolen. You have no idea why there was a $15,000 tab.
Yeah, I mean, you ring up a tab that high, they take you in the back room, get you in front of the camera, they got you signing the slip, they make you smile at the camera while you do it. 100%.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
So if you spend over like a certain threshold...
Yeah, even like my boy's bachelor party in Fort Lauderdale when we had a big-ass tab, more so especially if you're hammered. If you're hammered and you're spending money and they
want to make sure that like you're in your right mind to sign this and like you know what you're doing.
And not necessarily. They know that you're not in your right mind, which is why they bring you in the back and get you on camera so that if you do go to the credit card company and say, yo, charge this back, I was poisoned last night and didn't know what I was doing, then the credit card company goes to the club and the club goes, no. You see this video right here?
And then there's me.
He's standing up. He's looking at the camera.
He's flicking his
shit. Yeah.
They're like, he was well aware of what he was doing.
100%.
See, that's what happens when you don't spend a lot of money and you're like a cheap Polak like me. You have no idea that stuff like this even exists because I'm not at the club spending that kind of money. So
yeah. You're just at the club, maybe a couple Grey Goose waters.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean,
a little Stoli,
a little spiritus. I mean, I like going out and having a good time, but I'm not out here. Like I still am like. I hit up Max. You know, I tell Max like, bro, where's my buy one get one or something? You know.
Do you still go out and party at all? I mean, because you know, we back in the day we met. You were single. You were having a good time. Now you're wifed up. You got a good job. I feel like you're not really out there. Your hours are insane. You said you work from 3 a.m. to what, 10 a.m. or something?
So like 2 p.m. some day. It just varies. No, I still like going out and everything, but it just like with the way the city, you know, how bad I feel like downtown has gotten, even since like you left. You know what I mean? Like the city has gotten so bad to the point where it's like you go out downtown, man, and it's like as soon as 1, 2, 3 a.m. hits, these places are closing down. There's just nothing but trouble. Dude.
It's mayhem in the streets.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not one of those people that are like super paranoid, like, oh my God, like, you know, the city's falling apart. But also I'm like, I'm smart with what I'm doing, and anyone could, you know, walk down any of those busy areas in River North or whatever on a Friday or Saturday night at 2 a.m. and get that feeling of like, all right, something might pop off here. Like this doesn't look right.
Yeah. Now maybe you could delve deeper into that. Give me a couple descriptors of when you're on the streets at 3 a.m. and the clubs have just let out and there's a lot of people around you. What are you looking for here? What are the types of people you're seeing that may give you that feeling of danger?
The one thing I noticed that's like changed a lot, and maybe I'm wrong when I say this. Maybe you'll say no, it was always like that. But what I feel like I notice is I feel like now there's a lot of cars that literally just drive into River North. They park up with like a group of people and they'll just be like drinking out of a bottle in the car. You could tell like they didn't come from a club or a bar. They literally drove downtown just to like drink on the street in River North.
They're bumping their car stereo system, sort of having a party in the street.
Yeah, which I don't feel like that happened before.
That definitely didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't feel like that was ever a thing. I feel like if you were downtown in those areas, it was because you were going to the clubs and going home.
Yeah, now where do you think these people are coming from?
I mean, Chicago's a really big city. You don't know.
If you had to guess.
I don't know. I'm not going up to them saying, where's your IDs? But you don't know. They could be from the south side. They could be from the west side, the east side, up north. You don't know.
Yeah.
But the one thing is, everyone is gravitating towards being in downtown Chicago, which is nice because you're around all these people and everything. Everyone's having a good time, hopefully. But it also is causing a lot of issues.
Yeah, the streets, they're not really patrolling the streets and keeping them clean like they used to. People aren't necessarily as, I don't want to say scared, but as obedient towards law enforcement as they used to be.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? And it shows for sure. I mean, I have definitely come back and I've taken a look around and I'm like, oh, things are different.
A little different.
Because you watch social media, you watch the news, this and that, and things get blown out of proportion for sure. And they try and pin people against each other. And the algorithm is all based off of hype and what's going to get you to look and headlines and thumbnails that are crazy and things that overdo it.
Right.
But there is some truth to all of it because I've seen it with my own eyes. I tend to believe, especially after the pandemic, I tend to believe the things that I can see with my own eyes, and I've definitely seen these things.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like that's almost like a big part of it for me. Is like, like I said, I love going out, hanging out with everyone, and you, Max, whoever going. I mean, I still know a lot of people at the clubs, whether it's security or whoever DJs that are there. But it's like, I just feel like the more and more you're just rolling the dice. Like it's like you're rolling the dice every time you go downtown. And it's something's gonna happen, something's gonna pop off, and it's like special occasions. I'll go out there. I think I did my birthday there last year, the year before.
Yeah.
We did it at El Jefe, and it was like a whole thing, which is cool. And then like there's random Saturdays where I'll like be like, hey, let's just go downtown, let's go check it out. But definitely not as much as I used to be going, for sure.
Yeah, my birthday's coming up in December, and I was planning on celebrating at Bloom, but after recent incidences, I don't believe that I'm gonna be able to do it there.
Wait, why?
Well, there was a couple people having a little too much fun outside after the club, and they thought that they were John Wick.
8 people shot.
8 people shot.
No one killed, though.
You would have thought that somebody's dog got kidnapped by the way these people were shooting at each other.
But the thing is, they said that there was like a physical altercation already going on. Like there was, and I think I saw it in the video too. There was already people like fighting or something, and then it's like, that's what I'm saying. There is no fighting anymore. Like there is no like, this is not like the 70s and 80s where it's like, all right, let's knuckle up here and see who's the bigger guy and like let's do a fist fight. Like you can't do that nowadays. It's either you're getting jumped if you try to fight someone, or you're getting stabbed or shot.
Yeah,
like you're done.
It's a little ridiculous, but thankfully there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I believe that light is the West Loop. Have you been over there?
No.
You've been on Randolph Street?
No.
You haven't been to like Bodega or Hide and Seek or Bandit or Texan or Goodnight John Boy?
Nope.
None of these spots.
No.
They have a little they have a tighter handle on things at the door. They have there's less access through maybe public transit. Could be a potential reason why these places are doing.
Are they patting people down?
Well, I don't even think that they have I'm going to try and say this as politically correct as possible.
Okay.
I don't even think that the types of crowd that they're letting into the establishments are the types of crowd that need to be patted down.
I think the whole patting down thing, though, in a sense, is like, it's just like I remember going to I think like Tunnel was one of the first places to ever start doing that. I remember going to like back when you were here, going to all these places, whether it was, Underground, River, Jefe, any of these clubs. And I just remember going to Tunnel and then being like, all right, like they had like the whole dudes there in the, the vest. They pat me down. I was like, whatever, like pat me down. But like I already mentioned, if you have a car, people that rolled up and parked on the street and they have 4 guns in their car, they don't care about bringing the gun into the club because like as soon as the doors are let out and everyone has to come out, that's when things are going down.
Well,
We just
We're
brought
back.
something back.
We're back. That's the light of you're getting too close to a subject that could get you in trouble.
It's flagging me.
It's flagging us, letting us know that we're dancing the line a little.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I think Chicago is still don't like the food, the people, the party, the clubs, everything it's fun, but it's just dangerous, plain and simple. And like if you're there and you're saying that it's not, or you try to deny it.
That's the crazy thing is to try and deny it. I'm like, it's clearly happening, and whether you want to do something or say something about it or not, that's up to you. But it is definitely happening.
Yeah.
And I'm still excited to be back here. There's still definitely good opportunities. I miss everyone here. I miss everything here. I miss just the energy, even the crispness of the air here off the lake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Houston, it sort of smells like hot molten homeless people.
Well, we have that too. It just might not be as hot.
It doesn't get as hot or as humid, and the air is a little bit more crisp, and the filtration systems that are implemented in this city are definitely a little bit better, and the structure and the infrastructure,
the food
is
undeniably. That's why he lost so much weight, is because he just moved. You move out of Chicago for a couple years, the food sucks. So it's like you don't eat. He's not working out. I know he does the things where he posts videos of him like pretending to do yoga in his bedroom or whatever. That's fake. He does that for like 15 seconds to film the video, and then he signs off. He lost his weight by just going out to Texas and drinking tequila, and then they don't have any good food. I mean, what do they got? They got good barbecue, right?
They do have good barbecue. I will say that if you talk to someone who likes to eat fish or other crustaceans that still have the eyes on their face, they would tell you that the crawfish there is good.
Yeah, see, I don't do seafood, so
yeah, that's not.
Maybe I need to move to Texas and just drop like 30 pounds. Now just come back.
The thing about the white trash yoga, I had to stop doing it after I lost weight, because it's not funny to see somebody who's like kind of in shape do it. It's only funny to see like a fat dude do it. There's no comedic aspect to it. If I'm in my underwear and I have
But do you still do it? You still do the yoga?
I stretch out a lot. I roll out a lot. I just came from export earlier before this. Hit a little Stairmaster sesh. I was in the sauna. There was a conspiratorial Hispanic man in there preaching about how
in the sauna
preaching about how 5G is getting us sick, and the foods that we
radiation,
Wi-Fi, all these things.
The red dye in food.
Yeah, it actually made me feel a little bit like I was back in Houston, which it was nice a little bit.
Yeah, I got welcoming.
It was nice. It wasn't too far off.
Yeah, that's I feel like TikTok is like a really big thing that is.
You think?
Like a really big thing that has like, there's so many people now where they like make these videos of like, these are the 40 different things of names of things that you're not supposed to eat because they're going to cause cancer. But like, no matter what you look at, drinks, food, whatever, these things are and they're like, this is why, overseas at other countries, all this stuff is actually banned and we give it to our kids here. And that's why this and that. But it's like, I mean, are you still doing? I know you were doing the keto for a while. Are you still doing keto?
The keto kid is really what got me down to the weight that I was at, which was the lowest weight I've been since fucking high school. I weighed less than I weighed in high school, like March 2022. And that was a straight keto for like months, like strict keto, working out, really taking care of myself, being conscious of even the meat that I was eating. I wanted it to be organic, and you were
buying that expensive stuff.
I was at Whole Foods spending all my money,
grass fed.
But I will say that I do steal from Whole Foods periodically just to try and get a little bit of it back. You know what I mean? If you go to the hot bar and then you go to the self checkout and you go to weigh your hot bar item, if you just keep one hand on it,
alter the weight a little bit.
Alter the weight a little bit. It's a nice way to sort of even the scales.
I feel like everybody steals something when they go through self-checkout because it's almost like a way of reimbursing yourself for doing the job. It's like,
100%.
It's like you don't have me on the payroll here. You're making me do these other people's jobs. And the worst part is, I feel a lot of times when you go to these little self-checkout like stations, there will be like 2 or 3 workers standing there watching
Kind of
you.
watching you.
But like, instead of doing that, just have them go on a register and do their job. You know what I mean? So it's like, but yeah, stealing from self-checkout, that's a big thing. Sam's Club, I don't know if Costco has it, but Sam's Club, you could do the thing where you, the whole time you're shopping at the store, you have the app and you're scanning the barcodes on your items. And then when you go to, you know, pay on your phone and leave and just show them that you paid on your phone, and a little receipt does pop up, but it's like, if you're getting a cart full of, you know, how many things, something at the bottom, I might have missed it. You know, it got tossed in the cart. The girlfriend, when I wasn't looking, threw something in there.
Yeah.
I didn't scan it. It happens. You know what I mean? So it's like, for all those big chains out there that are all trying to gravitate towards the self-checkout, that's fine. But, you know, we got our ways too. We're altering weight on items. We're forgetting to scan things. You know, the bottom of the cart is their big thing that they always try to check because they think that like you stuck it on there, but you just put like paper towels down there. So you pay for those, but
Yeah.
you hide stuff in that cart for sure.
You paid for the paper towels down there, but you forgot to scan maybe the electronic, maybe the iPod that you grabbed on your way,
Right.
you know, to the cleaning.
The new Xbox or
service.
something, you know, toss that in there and draped, you know, tomatoes and bread over it and
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that Sam's Club had that. I've never even heard of that. You scan your own thing and it just pays with the card that's already on your phone or something?
Right. So like as you're so you got the app open, you're going through the store, and as you're pulling stuff off the shelf, you just scan the barcode on your phone, and it keeps like a running, you know, tally, a total of what you got. And obviously if you take something out, you could exit out or whatever, but it's like there's actually been times where I've been shopping like with my girlfriend and she goes to throw something in when I'm not paying attention, and I'm like, wait, I didn't scan that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so it's something that it's easy to get mistaken, and especially on a like Saturdays or Sundays at these places when it's straight up mayhem. It's like, if I get a cart full of 80 things, this person is not going to be looking at every single item. They look at 2 and they're like, okay, get out of here, go.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I might have to get a Sam's Club membership.
Get a Sam's Club membership and go on like a Saturday or Sunday.
I like that a lot.
You sneak around.
Now, if we're talking life hacks here, if we're giving free game, I yesterday morning got back from Panama,
Oh wow,
international trip, land in the U.S., land at O'Hare, customs, right? They're known for having long lines. Things move slow. All my boys travel a lot, and they all have global entry. So they're good. They're not nervous about this. They're on the phones with their wives. Yeah, we just landed. Pick me up in 10. I'll be there. You know, I'll be through customs, this and that. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm like, I'm seeing all the people getting off all the other flights. We're flying from Panama. What was the name of the airline? Copa. We're flying Copa, some shitty airline.
Right.
Last fucking in the back of the terminal. I'm seeing everyone else get off their flight in front of me. It's just the anxiety is piling up.
You were
There's
freaking out.
More and more people coming. I'm like, I'm not going to be out of here for 2 hours. Went to the wheelchair guy.
Come on. What'd you say? I'm recovering from a surgery.
Went to the wheelchair guy. Told him my sciatica was acting up a bit.
You actually did this.
I swear to God, I have a picture.
So what did you say? Okay, no problem.
He said, all right, I'll call someone, sit down right here, puts my backpack in my lap, puts my roller bag in between my legs, sent me on my way. I was out before every single one of my boys. I was waiting for them.
They were pissed.
I was waiting for them.
Hey, honestly, I never thought of that.
Bro.
Because you could, I mean, they don't know.
And here's the thing. I may have felt bad if there was like
No, you
10.
didn't.
I'm saying I might have if there was like 10 wheelchairs and I took one.
Right, okay, that's
And
different.
then there's like a handicapped person who's wheelchairless.
Right.
There's an abundance of wheelchairs. I mean, they have these things. There's hundreds of them.
Right. So you're like, if these people aren't going to use them, I will.
100%.
Yeah, that's actually that's a good call. That's really. I thought you were going to say something about like I didn't even know what the TSA pre-trip was. I just like kind of.
Well, that's both. You get TSA pre and global entry, and then so TSA pre, you go through like, you know, flying anywhere in the U.S., whatever, international. But the big thing is global entry for when you come back.
You just skate through.
You're through quick.
Yeah, I definitely got to get that TSA, the pre-trip at least, because I heard that's just like, even that alone is super nice. You don't got to take off your shoes or nothing. You just
Yep.
kind of, Get shot right through.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting it, but I'm a wheelchair guy now.
Yeah, you just say your sciatica's acting up.
Sciatica's hidden.
I could do like a really good fake limp.
You don't even have to. They're not. There's no test. Like,
oh, you want a wheelchair?
Yeah.
All right, walk towards me. Let me make sure you qualify.
They're not allowed to ask you. You don't even have to say anything. You could literally walk up and say, "I need a wheelchair." They're not allowed to say why. There's
right. They can't question
medical
HIPAA law,
HIPAA, all that shit. So I wouldn't advise it if they're light on chairs. Definitely take count of
that's
the chairs
frowned
in
upon.
the area.
That's frowned upon if you do that.
If there's an excess amount, hop in one, have them push you down. It was nice.
So why don't you, when you go to Walmart or whatever, why don't you use the scooters there with the little basket on the front?
There's no perks of that. Like I don't get to cut the line. If you have a handicap, scooter, you don't get to go in front of everyone in the line. If that was the case, I'm in.
You know what I want to talk about? What we need to talk about, and I hate. I don't want to sound like an asshole talking about this, but I just feel like it's something that like needs to be discussed, and we need to stop pretending like it's not a thing.
Yeah.
And I think a real big reason why it hasn't been addressed or talked about is just because the simple fact that like everybody's scared of like, hurting people's feelings or getting canceled or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there needs to be something in place regarding like weight and airplane seats.
Yeah.
So
you're spilling over into the seat.
Right. There needs I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
But there needs to be something where like, because how bad is it? Like if let's say you're flying to Texas.
Yeah.
You go to get your window seat, aisle seat, whatever you prefer. And like, you got, okay, let's say you grab the window and then there's some like middle-aged woman who's 130 pounds that grabs the aisle seat. And you guys are sitting here, you're on the plane, you're watching everyone coming in and you're like, you kind of make eye contact with a certain, people. You think they're going to sit in that middle seat. They don't. And then like literally a 400-pound human being comes in and they're like, right there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And now this 3-hour flight or whatever it is, I mean, it's brutal.
It's an issue.
So
let's say you were, politically inclined and you did have a little bit of power and people were looking to you for a solution to this. You were maybe an airline consultant or something, or you work for United, you're high up corporate, and they came to you, they said, Nick, this is a problem. You are right. What would you do? What would you do to fix it?
We could do we do like a big section on the planes where like you alter the seats, you block out the middle seat, and that way you could have like, if you're let's say you're a bigger couple and there's like that weight threshold that you went over. I'm not talking about like everybody is considered obese nowadays. Like the obese population is insane. I'm considered obese, right?
Right.
But I'm talking like if you're getting over like 300 pounds, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think what you have to do is maybe like a pressure system, right? So if the armrests have some sort of sensors in them and the pressure of your body is too much, that could be
you're disqualified. You got to go to the back.
But here's the thing. You want to put all of these people into one area, which I understand. You should keep them hidden from the regulars. But
this is why I didn't want to bring this up, because it sounds bad. But like, I know there's people, if you're listening to this or you're watching it, you're like, no, he's right. Like being on a plane and getting stuck next to someone that's very large, it's very, especially if you already have anxiety. Like I don't do really that great on planes. Like I'm like iffy. I'm like hit or miss. Sometimes I get on a plane, I don't care. Boom, I do my thing. It's all good. Flight's over.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get on it, I start getting hot flashes, everything. I'm a little wheezy, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, like, I got an NFL lineman next to me.
Yeah.
He's almost pushing me out the window of the plane.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. I'm about to puke. Like, it's not good.
It's not good. Yeah. But here's the thing. We're back at United's corporate offices. You've laid out your plan. You want to put them all in one area. Maybe even accommodate them. We're not saying to shove them into the small seats. Maybe we'll give them their own area and we'll make them bigger seats.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll even have a little feed and seed kind of thing. But Here's the issue. The weight of the plane needs to be distributed evenly. You put all these people in one area, the plane is flying sideways. You can never land. If they're all in the back, you can never land. The plane just goes up.
I'm telling you, every time I go on a plane anywhere, it just like me. When was this? This was, I think this is when we were coming back from the Dominican Republic. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was the DR. I don't remember. Me and the girlfriend, we got these seats set up where it was aisle seats. You know, it was her and then the aisle and then me. We're right next to each other, and we're just doing our thing. And it's like, you know, like I said, it's like a game. Like you're sitting there waiting for the plane to get loaded, and you're like watching these people, and you're like, please, like don't put that person next to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got next to these people on this plane. It was like a bigger family, white family, bigger dude, his wife big, the kids were big, like
Big, yeah, big.
you could just tell like they're, which is whatever, it's fine.
It's part of the culture.
Right. But like, I don't know if they were sweating, if the lady like pissed on herself or something.
They were definitely sweating.
But I got, you know, when the plane doesn't start right away when you first get on it, it's just that hot air like blowing around until they turn it on or whatever they do.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there and I'm like hungover, whatever it is, I'm tired, and I'm like just getting whiffs of this like this sweat. Like I think,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I'm like
a crevice. It's like a crevice juice.
yeah, it's like these juices I'm smelling, and I'm starting to get like, I told you already, I already have like anxiety being on the plane. So now I'm starting to like get really,
It's ramped up.
I'm all over the place. I'm like, this guy smells like piss and shit. The plane, I don't know what's going on. I'm cramped. Like I start freaking out, and I feel like it could be avoided if we try to do something.
I think that there should definitely be a system implemented. And you're right. I mean, you're right. We need to stop this. And here's the thing. I like to fly Southwest. I know a lot of people shit on Southwest, but the not having assigned seats is big, because I get on the plane first, right? My sciatica might be acting up that day. I go to the desk. I tell them that I need...
It might be.
I tell them that I need pre-board, right? I'm on the plane first. I get my window seat, and I put all my belongings right on the seat next to me.
Well, what if they hit you with
all on the seat next to me?
Is someone sitting there?
I say, yeah. Yeah, someone's sitting there.
And then what if they go to another spot, and then the plane's like getting ready to go, and they like peek over and they're like, oh, I want to sit up there.
What are they going to come?
They walk up and they're like, sir, unless they're in the bathroom for the last... And what do you say? Like, my sciatica. What do you tell? You just let out like a and they're like, are you okay? Like, you need to get away from me. I need that seat.
I've never had anybody come back and
that would be ballsy.
come for the seat. That would be ballsy. I would deal with it, you know, as the problem came up. I've never had that happen, but I have had people ask me if the seat's taken, and I lie straight to their face and tell them yes. But, you know, if I'm on a flight that's full, it's one thing. The seat's going to get taken. Every other seat's taken.
Right.
Someone says, someone's sitting here. I say yes. And they say, well, there's nowhere for me to sit. I say, all right, get in here.
Yeah.
You made it.
Well, yeah.
Welcome to the
But
fam.
it depends also who it is, too. Like, if someone walks, like I said, if there's like a 70-year-old, 90-pound lady that walks up, like,
Right.
excuse me, sir. And then you're like, okay, grandma, it's fine. Like, take a seat.
That's true. You can see at the gate if the flight is full or not. It'll tell you.
Right.
So if the flight is full and somebody...
You better take...
Right. You take what you can get. If someone skinny enough and maybe looks like they're not going to cause any problems or smell weird or anything, they come up, they want the seat, they can have it. I don't like giving it to the types of people that wear masks on airplanes, because those are problematic people. That's a real clear indicator of a problematic person.
So what do you do?
I say the seat's taken.
No, you just start coughing as soon as they walk up. If someone, what'd you say? It's like, and they like right away give you that look over the mask, like, all right, I don't want anything to do with this guy.
Yeah.
He's coughing. He's got sciatica. Somehow he got a wheelchair to come on here.
I got wheeled on.
Right, I'm done with this guy.
Yeah. It's quite a hack, honestly. Because if let's say there's one seat, let's say the flight's almost full. Let's say the flight's 99% full and there's one open seat on the plane. I'm going to guarantee that open seat is next to me.
because you're gonna bully everyone out, lie to them, do whatever you got to do.
I don't even make eye contact. Once I'm on the plane, I put my AirPods in and I shut my eyes and I fucking sit there. I got all my shit on the seat. If you really want my seat, you have to touch me. You have to get my attention.
Right. And a lot of people,
deters.
a lot of people aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
See, another thing is with people on planes, like you mentioned the window seat, which is nice. You know, you put your head up to like the window or whatever, but like, and I probably do better at a window seat. I don't know why I always grab the aisle. Like now that we're talking about it, but being in the aisle seat, I don't know what these people are drinking or eating. But there are some people on like a 2.5 hour flight. They have to get up and go to the bathroom like literally 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm sitting there I'm in the aisle. I'm trying to doze off. You know, every once in a while the elbow slips off.
Mm-hmm.
You catch yourself falling.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you
just
think the plane's going down.
Right. And then you got that person that, hey, excuse me, sorry. They do one of the.
Yeah, that's the boot. That's
and you're just
bathroom.
You're just looking at them like, you do one of these, like you get up, you look around, everyone's looking at you for some reason. If you stand up on a plane, like everybody stares at you, like something's gonna go down.
Yeah, I mean that if I had to take a guess, terrorists are standing, right? It's a clear sign of a terror. It doesn't mean everyone who's standing is not a terrorist, but if you are a terrorist, you are standing.
So
you see what I'm saying?
So spend as much time sitting as possible.
Yeah.
What about the people that as soon as the plane lands, they stand up?
It depends how long the flight is. If you need to stay, you got to stretch your legs out. My sciatica acts up sometimes.
Sciatica.
I got to get up.
Sciatica does a lot.
I got to stretch it out.
Excuse me, can I get something to drink? I need it like right now though, because my sciatica.
Water helps. It does. Hydration definitely helps.
Right. So sciatica is like the biggest hack you could use for anything.
Brother, you better get it right now. If you need it, I'll pass it on to you.
What about could you use the sciatica excuse to get on the golf cart to get carted to your gate?
I don't see why not.
Like that is the best. Those people that get carted from, the security to, their gate in the airport, that's like top tier. You're finessing the system type stuff there.
Yeah.
Because that is convenient. Like, especially when you get O'Hare, you got that gate that's all the way down and you're running late or whatever.
If you're running late, for sure. But I'll be honest, I do like a walk. I like to stretch the hips out. I like to get a nice walk in because I know I'm going to be sitting for at least 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? I get to the airport early.
Do you drink before your flights?
No, I will never, bro. There was one time we were going to the El Jefe holiday party. Me, Dolo, and my boy Justin, who was working at Jefe at the time. We stop at Oceans on the way to Midway.
Bedford Park, Oceans. They just reopened up too.
They did?
Different name though. It's called I forgot the name, but they did I don't know if it's a different owner, but whatever.
It's a strip club for anyone who doesn't know. Right by the airport. We're flying Southwest, so we're at Midway.
Yep.
We stop at Oceans on the way. We got time before the flight. We're all drinking. We're partying. Hammered. Get on the flight. I woke up in between these two guys. Thankfully, my boys. I have no problem sitting next to someone if it's my homie. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I woke up with a hangover on the flight. And that was one of the worst experiences of my entire life. I will never drink before a flight ever again.
Yeah, if you if you drink like that, you're probably in trouble. Me, I gotta have I'll have something to take because I told you already, I'm already got anxiety. So I'll have a little mimosa if it's early, or grab a beer or something, or a vodka something, just to
breakfast beer.
Yeah, just to kind of chill myself out. I don't think it helps.
It does help for sure. I mean, that's what alcohol does. It lowers your anxiety. It turns your brain off a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I think my brain's already partially up, permanently turned off.
I think it's turned up.
It might be turned up.
I think your brain's partially turned up. And speaking of that, we haven't even gotten into a single detail about you.
Yeah, let's talk about it. We've
just been having a good time shooting the shit, which I enjoy. It's what the pod's about.
Right.
But what's going on with you? You're a comedian, right? Not a stand-up comedian per se, but what would you call yourself? An internet comedian?
Yeah,
Is that the meaning?
I guess an entertainer.
An entertainer
would kind of be it. But I've been thinking about stand-up comedy a lot because I recently had to do. I mean, this isn't the one sole reason, but I had a good friend of mine, Frankie, that just got married, and he actually asked me at the rehearsal dinner the day before the wedding. He's like, "Would you mind giving a speech or whatever?" And I'm like, yeah, I can give like a speech. Like, I've known you my whole life, whatever. He's like, I know you're funny, you're outgoing. Like, I think it'd be something nice to do and whatever.
Yeah.
So leading up to this, I have like my girlfriend and Frankie asking me like, are you going to write something down? And I'm like, no, I'm just going to go up there and talk.
You winged it.
Yeah. I'm like, I know what I'm going to say. I've known him my whole life. Like, you know, I know what I'm going to talk about. So, and like my girlfriend actually asked me this like 3 or 4 times over the course of like the month leading up to it. She's like, you know, did you start writing anything? I'm like, no, I'm not writing anything. I'm just going to go up there and talk, you know? And I went up there and I did like very well. I threw in some jokes, like some heartfelt stuff. And like everybody was like, dude, that was like a really good speech. Like, you're really comfortable up there. You're good at talking and like making people laugh. Like, you could read the room, like whatever. And of course, people, you ever try stand-up comedy? You ever think about doing stand-up comedy? It's like, and I have thought about it. I guess I just never put like one foot in front of the other and did it. But I definitely should.
You should 100%. I support that all day.
Yeah, I should
I'll
try
be
it.
there.
Yeah, I should do. But yeah, the internet stuff I do, just the comedy on social media. It started back before COVID, but I took like a long time off.
Yeah, and you're big on Black Twitter.
Big on Black Twitter, Black Facebook. Yeah. No, it's well, it opens up a lot of doors. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So like, you know, the people that I do Instagram stuff with, whether it's Skinbone or, you know, Rico or any of those guys, Big Homie Blocks, you know, a lot of those guys have been doing this stuff for years and years and years, and it's the same faces. It's their friends who are all black.
Yep.
So when you throw me in there, you know what I mean? This is like, now you got movie ideas that you could redo, like, you know, parodies you could do of certain movies, funny movies, or just like the cultural differences of black and white people, and kind of like, in a way, put a comedy spin on it to kind of bring it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, here's a question. If you're obviously friends with all these guys, these are your homies.
Yeah.
If they all gave you the pass, if they wanted to do a skit where you were in blackface and they all approved of it, is that something that you would do? If they applied the blackface and you even, you know, if I were you, if this was going down, I would have footage of them applying the blackface.
I don't think I would, because of the simple fact that, like, I didn't realize this, but it's like when I started doing videos with them, you know, Skinbone and whoever,
yeah,
and they would like post me on their page, and it would be like a funny video. Like, the majority of people would laugh, they think it's funny, but there would be people that would comment, obviously other black people that would comment, that would be like, get this white boy off your shit. Just like right away. Like, they don't even want to laugh. They don't want to think about the concept of the video. Instantly, because I'm in the video,
yeah,
they shut it down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that, you know, maybe you'd have they wouldn't.
They called me.
You're not
Mayo.
a white boy at that point.
They called me Mayo Boy.
Mayo Boy, is that your nickname?
No, like the people on like Facebook would comment like, "Who's this mayonnaise boy?" I don't even like mayonnaise, but they would say, "I swear to God, I don't eat mayonnaise."
Come on, what do you dip your pierogies in?
I don't eat pierogies.
Stop it! You don't eat pierogies.
But they would. I didn't realize like this was a thing, that there's some people out there that literally, like, just because the fact that I'm white and in the videos with them, that's like a big...
Yeah, I mean, there's not a single thing that you could post on the internet. I don't care who you are. You could be the most loving, nicest, genuine, heartfelt, you know, wholesome, spreading knowledge motherfucker on the internet. Somebody's going to hate on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible to not have people comment negative things.
Right.
Mayo Boy,
and then the other one, I didn't know that they call white people on the internet, they'll say YT.
Yeah.
So I like make the joke. I'm like, why do they keep calling me YouTube boy?
yeah.
On the comments, you know? But it just like, I mean, I guess that's just like something I brought upon myself. You know what I mean? I'm going on the west side of Chicago, south side of Chicago, in the hood, like in the city, with all these people. Like, there's bound to be, I mean, the majority of people love it. They support the stuff. They're happy about it, whatever. But there's obviously, like you said, there's always going to be something.
Yeah,
always going to be something, for sure.
Oh, the more, you know, they say the more haters you got, the better you're doing.
Is that what they say?
I think that's what they say.
I should be doing a lot better than I feel. I got haters.
What's your regimen? What's your like your schedule? Do you have like I'm making 3 videos a week no matter what? I'm trying to do 1 video a day. Like how do you?
For a while, it was I'm gonna do a video every day.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do. And I also work, full time. So it would be like I would be working afternoons. Let's say I'd start at 2 or 3 p.m. and I'd wake up in the morning, get my phone, and I'd either go out to the west side to do videos, or I'd do them at my house, come up with the ideas. And it was like, people think it's like really easy. And I'm sure people think that about the stuff you do with DJing. Like, oh, do you just go up there, you drink for free all night and you party and you get paid well to do it. But it's like, it's really not. It's like, you really need to put in time, especially like me for already having an actual full-time job and then just doing this kind of on the side. You got to put in time to come up with ideas. You got to put up, time to meet up with people to do the ideas, to do them yourself, to take your days off and spend 3 or 4 hours somewhere doing videos. It's like, it's a lot. Like, people don't realize it. People just think like, okay, Nick, you get up on a camera, you flick your tongue with your buddies and you post it and you get a couple dollars from it off social media. Like, it just whatever. But it's like, it's a lot more than that.
100%.
And I think people don't realize that.
There's a performance aspect to it. You're performing for the camera. You're trying to, that is you. In the core of you is like a funny dude. You're trying to give a piece of yourself to people who are watching it. Right. And sometimes that's hard to access. Sometimes there's so much else going on in life where you focus on being you well enough to get it done correctly. It's like you're like trying to do something, but you can't get it done. You know what I mean? Like, having to perform 5 nights a week, six nights a week as a DJ is taxing. Yeah. And it's hard to fucking continuously just do it with no break, with no nothing. And people just think it's easy. I feel you. It's true.
Well, I remember there was times, I was obviously hanging out with you quite a bit before you moved. And there was like plenty of times where you'd be DJing at Bottle Blonde or whatever. And I'd be like, hey, like, after you get off, come on, we're going to go to Tao. We're going to go here. And you would just be like, you would tell me straight up, like, dude, I'm done. I'm not going out after this. I'm going home. And I'm just tapped out. I'm done. And it would be like a lit Sunday where like everybody was out. It was jumping. And you still would just be like, I don't care. I'm going home. Like, there was times where I knew not to bug you, because obviously I'm like on a million.
Yeah.
But I would come up to you and be like, what's the move? Where are we going after this? And you'd be like, dude, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I knew like
sometimes for sure.
Yeah. But when you were staying up till 3, 4, 5 a.m. and all this stuff, and then you're playing brunches in the morning, like you said, it just, the lack of sleep alone sometimes got to be taxing.
I don't really lose sleep. I just sleep later into the afternoon.
Right.
Know?
You make it work.
That is one thing. I mean, I've always stayed up late my whole life. I stay up late. I sleep late. So that's never been a problem. But if I do lose sleep, if I do a Saturday night gig till 5 a.m. and then a brunch gig at noon, then it's a little fucking.
But then, like, the thing with that too is like Sundays, like if it starts at brunch, like everyone, like the day just keeps going.
Yeah.
Like Sunday, you go from the brunch.
Sunday Monday's dead.
Out here?
Chicago.
I haven't done one so I don't even, this is news.
It's non-existent.
What about Fremont
Fremont is the biggest shithole I've ever DJ'd at in the last 3 years.
What's wrong with that?
Last time I played there, they didn't have a monitor for me to use. I'm trying to DJ off of the sound system that's 3 yards in front of me. Their mixer's broken. Their CDJ sucked. I mean, not to talk shit on them because they have always been nice to me and paid me and treated me well. But it just feels like it's on its last leg a little bit. Like they're not really putting money into it. They're just kind of trying to ride it out till the wheels fall off, and that's where they're at.
Do you feel like, because obviously like you being, DJing and stuff and going to these places, it's like, it's kind of already understood that, okay, he has a tab for himself. It's going to be comped or whatever. Like we're going to take care of him drinks wise, food wise, whatever. But do they ever, like, is there anyone with the team at any of these clubs anywhere? They're ever like, hey man, like how's the equipment? Is there anything we could upgrade? The lights, this, that, the speakers, like.
Not necessarily. I mean, no club really comes to like some DJ that they booked for the night for that. Like more of a resident DJ would be that person, or more of like an entertainment director, which a lot of places have, which kind of is a resident DJ, sometimes plays the role as entertainment director. That's kind of their job more than anything. But yeah, no one really asks me that unless it is a shittier place or like a newer place that didn't have $1 million budget. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like some places are like that, which sometimes are the most fun places to DJ at because those people actually care the most. You know, so for someone to come up to me and be like, yo, how's the equipment? How does it sound? I would actually enjoy that. I'd be like, yo, they care. That's nice.
Right.
I like that. I want to DJ here more. I want to play at places where people give a fuck about what's happening in the room and they're not just money hungry, trying to let whoever's got cash in, and then once they come out, they're going to go to their trunks and get their cars and start shooting people.
Yeah, and that can happen. That has happened.
It has happened.
Recently.
It might even happen tonight for all we know.
We don't know. On a Monday night, a casual Monday night.
Yeah.
You go to like see a show, a comedy show or something. Oh, let's just go out for a couple drinks, you know?
Yeah. You might catch a shot.
And you're trying to, it's like.
And not a tequila shot.
Right. It's like Saving Private Ryan. Like you're just trying to dodge bullets, you know?
Yeah, I feel that. I got to take a piss real quick. We'll edit this out, but oh fuck.
What else, man? What else you got?
AIDS.
What do you want to get into with me? We talked a little bit about the comedy stuff. I feel like I'm interviewing you too though, because I just haven't seen you.
Yeah, whatever you want.
So it's like we're catching up.
Yeah, it's nice.
What else you want to know, man? What else you got?
I want to know, I mean, first of all, I think you should definitely do stand-up comedy, 100%. When I left Houston, there was a night that me and a couple people started out there that was a comedy night. I was DJing the night. I would open up for like 30 minutes playing music, and then my boy Jeff Joe was hosting, and every time he brought up a comedian, I'd play their walk-up music. And,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was super dope. It was awesome. I definitely want to do that same thing here. I want to start a comedy night that's got a little music that I can DJ and we can like really make some of it. I got to get tapped into the comedy scene out here. I was going and seeing a lot of shows in Houston, which is where I saw Jeff Joe open up for Shane Gillis, which is why I knew when this place came to me about starting this night, I was like, oh, this is the guy that you want to host. Like,
right.
He's funny as fuck. He knows what he's doing. I see he's got multiple other shows throughout the week, so he definitely knows how to host a show. I need to tap into the scene out here, find that person, link with them, and then start the night.
Yeah, that would be cool. I saw his Netflix special, Shane
Gillis.
Yeah,
oh, he's the man.
But I made the mistake. I watched it with my parents. So like I saw like the clips on TikTok and I was like, oh, this like my parents appreciate. Like my dad's really, that's where I get like my comedy from. Like my dad's funny and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, I'll sit out. So it was me, the girlfriend, and my parents, and then he starts talking about like practicing like the facials on his girlfriend and stuff. So my girlfriend does one of the things where like, you know, when people are real nervous, they like pull out their phone and they kind of like are like
they're not paying attention.
So like I actually called her out like while she's doing, it was during that part of it, she starts like scrolling through her email.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, what are you doing? Like, watch this. And she's like, I am. But she was like really uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But he was good. He was that was like my first time I ever actually watched one of his sets, Shane Gillis. So
do you watch any stand-up comedy?
A little bit of Sebastian Maniscalco.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cat Williams, obviously. Cat Williams is hilarious.
Yeah.
But I used to like Dane Cook a lot, but
Dane Cook was good back in the day. There's so much good comedy out right now, bro. Mark Norman's amazing. Obviously, Louis C.K.'s the fucking GOAT. Who else? Shane Gillis is great. I watch Kill Tony every Monday, which is a comedy show. It's on YouTube. It's so good.
Okay.
You would love it.
I just like that's the problem though with like doing comedy stuff. Even like when I'm doing my Instagram stuff nowadays, it's like you want to be able to like talk like this and put it out there. Mm-hmm. But it's like so many people are so sensitive and are so offended so quick. And I make fun of everybody. Like I make fun of myself, white people, black people, Mexican. Like I don't care. Like then that's how it is when you do comedy. Like any of these comedians, like the perfect example is like South Park. Yeah. Like South Park, it doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, age, anything, like you are getting made fun of, and that's like the whole point. Like everyone laughs, like it's all in good fun. Mm-hmm. But it's like nowadays, dude, to go up on a stage, even some areas in Chicago, like if you're like in a really like liberal area and you go up there and you start saying something like, you could catch a lot of smoke, dude. Like you might get booed off a stage.
Yeah, but that's part of the game for sure.
Yeah, like
that's
it's
part of the game. You gotta learn. I think you would have to learn how that feels first of all, and then also you would get a feel for a crowd in front of you. When you start talking about something, they'll probably start clenching up a little bit. You might lose them a little bit, but then as a master of the craft, if you got that far, you'd be able to get them back.
Like
you
read
know
the
what I'm
room.
saying? Read the room.
Yeah.
You know, that is my favorite comedy ever is Louis C.K. when he starts talking about something uncomfortable. He's talking about, you know, pedophiles or something, and he's like saying something to the extent of like, you know, we should make has anybody ever thought about making sex dolls that look like children?
Oh my God.
To try and, you know,
Deter
the need
this.
for these pedophiles, and everyone in the crowd's like, oh my God, that's insane. And he's like, oh yeah, we'll just let them keep fucking your kids then.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Flipped it on him.
It's
like, yeah.
hilarious. Like you get a little bit uncomfortable, but then the joke comes, and it's the release of that uncomfort makes it so much funnier.
He like picked it up. Yeah, like that was like I forgot he has so many on Netflix, but like Sebastian Maniscalco did one where he was talking about dropping his kid off at school, and I don't know if you saw this.
I don't maybe I'm not sure.
He's talking about dropping his kid off at school in the morning, and like he goes there, he's tired, like he just got up, he's taking the kid to school, and all the parents are there like standing outside the school with their kids, and like they go to like drop the kids off, and you see like one of the kids there dressed up as like it's like one of those furry things where they think they're like a wolf or whatever. And like the parents there with the kid's all dressed up going to school in a whole wolf costume or whatever it was. And like Sebastian Maniscalco's like, the parent next to me like leaned over and was like, look at that, isn't that so cute? Like the kid. And Sebastian Maniscalco's like, no, it's get away from me. It's not like, it's not happening. Like if my kid does that, it's over with. Like I'm telling them to get to their room, change, and that's it.
Yeah.
Which is like how a lot of people feel about certain stuff like that. But there's also a lot of other people that feel like that's okay, that's normal, that should be allowed, like whatever. So there's like that clash. But it's like the same thing I do with my skits, like my comedy stuff. There's stuff I throw out there where I'm like, there's gonna be people that have something to say, that get mad, I offend them, whatever. But the majority of people know it's all in good fun, it's a joke, whatever. So
well, that's kind of how you gain your audience as well. I mean, you say something, right, and it might offend a certain group of people, and even if it offended them so much to the point where they made it such a big deal where
now I'm viral.
You're viral. Now everyone else who feels the same way as you on the other side sees you because these people blew it up out of proportion. You're gaining all the fans of the people over here. Like
that's true.
It's kind of how it works.
And I noticed that like when we were talking off camera before we started, when I did that, the black and the white dog skit that's on my Instagram, there was a lot of people that were commenting like, dude, this is hilarious. Like, and they were white, black, it didn't matter. They were just like, dude, this is awesome. Like, this is real clever, funny. You guys killed it, whatever.
Yeah.
But then of course there was the other people that are like, oh, that's not funny because that's really how it is still nowadays. And for you to be joking about that is wrong. And that must mean you support it. Like digging into me. And I'm like, no, we shot this on an iPhone.
We're talking about black people again. Why does this always happen, bro?
Dude, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Got flagged.
Every time we start talking about touchy subjects, this light wants to cut off and cut back on. It's kind of like a warning, like, hey, you're kind of starting to cross that edge. Maybe that's what I need you to do when I do stand-up comedy. If I try it, like I need you in the back of the crowd with a little LED light, and if I start getting like too close to something, kind of. You can kind of click the light like.
No, I want you to go full. I want you to go overboard.
You want me to get fucking booed off stage.
I want you to get booed off stage. I want you to know how it feels because there's no other way to avoid it other than living it. You know what I'm saying?
It would be perfect if when I got booed off stage, you were there filming the whole set and then I could just post it. And then there could be like you said, people that comment like, what he said was funny. It wasn't that bad. Like, who is this kid? I want to fly him out to California and do stand-up comedy out here because I think he's great.
Yeah, I mean, you could be the next Matt Rife. I mean, you look that good.
You think so?
I think so. You're a good-looking kid.
You don't mean that.
You're a good-looking kid. You got a chiseled chin.
No, I don't. My chin is fat. I got to lose like 30 pounds. I started doing like I'm trying to do like 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
Because I read online somewhere that it's like a miracle thing. If you like working out, great, eating healthy is great as well. But if you could just stick consistently doing 10,000 steps a day, your life will change.
It's gonna be a little tough if you're getting golf carted around the airport.
No, my sciatica has been fine lately. So
All right.
should I do 10,000 steps a day? Have you heard about
100%.
this?
I'm a big walking guy. I'm a big go for a walk. I like a nice hour-long walk. There's a Starbucks down on Irving Park, about 40-minute walk from here.
So you do that?
I'm big on that. Yeah.
You'll do a 40-minute walk to Starbucks?
All day.
See, I would do a 40-minute walk to Starbucks, but I'm just worried on the way back. Like once Starbucks hits my system, dude, I need to be like by a bathroom.
Yeah, I mean,
So that walk's gonna turn to a run, like quick.
That could be good for you too.
I'll smack that venti vanilla sweet cream cold brew with light ice and extra sweet cream, and I'll be on my way back, and I've
definitely shit in a couple backyards.
No, you haven't. No,
I haven't.
Dude. I don't know. He could have. I believe it. I can see it.
There was a time when I was a young boy playing basketball at Flowers Park, where my boy lived right next to it. I had to shit bad, and for some reason he wouldn't let me shit in his crib, but he did go and get me a roll of toilet paper.
So
and he was like, "You can like go shit in the alley, and here's toilet paper, but like you can't."
How old were you?
I was probably in 3rd grade.
So you just said, okay.
I got a shit.
Do you still talk to this guy?
Unfortunately, he's dead.
Oh my God. Wow. Well,
karma's a bitch.
You make me take a shit in an alley. See what happened there.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for your loss. I don't know if you really care though, because considering this guy bullied you into taking a shit in his alley, I don't understand, dude. I don't know. People grow up different ways, but my family, like if I walked in the house with someone that like my parents didn't even know, just a friend of mine, and I was like, "Hey, this is my buddy. Like he's gonna go take a shit real quick." They'd be like, "Okay, go ahead. Like we don't care. Like go."
Yeah, I think that him and he had an older brother, and I think that they thought it was funny because it is kind of funny.
They watched you shit in the alley.
I don't know that they necessarily watched me, but they knew it was going down.
So
and they were laughing about it?
Did they go to check up like behind the dumpster after to see if you actually did it?
Yeah, for sure. And then also it became a thing of like it's funny. I'm like, all right, yeah, like I'll fucking shit in there. You think I won't? You know what I mean?
Like you're testing me?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal. A lot of yeah, I've had some close calls. Like I wouldn't say I have like irritable bowel syndrome, but like if I have coffee, dude, I just like and I've been drinking coffee for a good amount of time, but it's just like I'm one of those people, dude. Like if I have coffee, I need to watch like before a plane, I'm not drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Can't do coffee. There's just certain I really gotta watch myself.
Yeah.
And this is a little I'll tell you. Did you ever take a shit in a nightclub, and not like in an employee bathroom nightclub, like in the public?
In the regular bathroom of a nightclub have I ever shit? I don't think so, because all the time I've spent in nightclubs have been as a DJ. Like
right.
I never went to a nightclub before I was a DJ.
See, I just like I've never done it, but I remember like going to visit colleges and stuff, like U of I, Champaign. That was like the #1 party school, and you would go there, and these bathrooms are just terrible. These, I mean, you know how, and there would be, lo and behold, there would be a kid in the stall trying to take a shit, and it's like disgusting bathroom. There's no toilet paper. The door, like he's holding the door because the door doesn't even actually shut.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I'm in a club and I have to take a shit, I'm going home.
I've seen somebody shitting in that's not necessarily a nightclub. That's way worse than a nightclub. That's a college.
A college,
bar.
yeah, no, for sure. That's terrible.
Like I've seen somebody shitting in a bar that the stall had no door.
So what? You just glanced over and they're just
they're sitting there shitting because you gotta shit. You're gonna shit your pants, or you're gonna shit in the stall with no door.
This was just like actually a couple weeks ago. I must have ate something that gave me like a stomach bug, because I got to work the one day. I drive a semi truck for a living, And obviously, you don't always have access to a bathroom. And driving a semi truck, you can't just pull off anywhere and use a bathroom because you have this whole big truck. So I'm driving, and I just had to keep shitting every like 20 or 30 minutes. Like I just had to, whether I was at the building at my job or I went to a customer pickup and they had a public bathroom, or I stopped at a truck stop, whatever. I just had to keep going. I knew something was wrong. Like something wasn't right. So I stopped off 294 at that Hinsdale Oasis or whatever. It's like the 7-Eleven, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably at the time maybe like 6 or 7 in the morning. I pull up, like run out the truck. I'm like, yo, I gotta go, dude. Like I'm losing the battle. You know what I mean? I'm getting close. And I get inside there, nobody in there. And there's like two Indian workers, a man and a woman. They're standing there. They're both like watching a video on the one person's phone. And I look over at the bathroom and it's roped off. It says, closed for cleaning. But these are the only two people I see. Like but maybe there's someone in the bathroom already cleaning it, whatever. So I like point at it. I'm like, how much longer, do you think? He's 5 minutes. I'm like, okay. So I'm like pacing back and forth, like pretending like I'm looking for like a snack or something when really I'm not. Like I'm about to destroy their bathroom and they have no idea.
Yeah, they didn't have a Tums in there or anything?
They had
Pepto?
I got the Pepto Bismol, the pills, but I feel like when you have a stomach bug like that, the only way you just have to let it like flush out your system. Yeah, right. Yeah. You can't like try to, but whatever. So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. And as I'm standing there, another guy walks in, truck driver. And he like looks over at this guy was bad. He like looks over at it, being closed. And right away I just see it on his face. He's like, ooh, he like does one of those. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm getting in that bathroom first.
Yeah.
So this guy asks the same thing, what about the bathroom? What's going on? Oh, soon. Guy goes in there. One of the workers that I originally saw goes in there, comes out, just lifts the thing off. Nobody came out the bathroom. So nobody was like actively cleaning it. They must have cleaned it and like kind of had it roped off. I don't know what was going on. So boom, I get in there first, one stall, 2 urinals, one stall type bathroom. I get in there, and as soon as I get in, shut the door, I go to do my business. That guy comes in, the other truck driver, and I hate when people do this. If a stall door is closed, like I'm in there, I'm taking a shit, the door's closed, you could see my feet underneath. You pressing on the door or knocking is like not going to make me hurry up. Yeah. Like it's not, I don't know why people do that. If it's closed and someone's in there, that's it. Like wait your turn. No, this guy does one of like the dun dun dun, and what do you say when you're taking a shit and someone knocks on the door? Do you drop like one of the, I'm in here. Like, yeah. What's your go-to thing? What do you say?
If someone knocked on the door that I was shitting on, I'd say,
hello.
What do you need? I don't know. What do you like?
Like,
I'm going to assume that they know I'm in here, but like need something from me, right? Like, I know you can see me in here.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. If someone's in the bed, if I'm taking a shit and you're knocking on the door, I don't know what you expect me to say.
Yeah.
Hello, what can I help you with?
Yeah.
I need a minute. Like, do you want a shot clock of when I'm going to be done?
I might just say, what's up?
Right. Like, so whatever. I finish my business. I walk out, and by this time there's like 3 or 4 guys in line at the bathroom, and I walk out, you know what I mean? But I got first dibs on the bathroom because it was clean.
Right.
So I was feeling good about myself. But yeah,
you didn't even have to put toilet paper down.
No, I didn't even have time to put toilet paper down. Usually I always do, but I did not have time because it was one of those moments where I was losing the battle.
Good man.
For sure. So it was just bare.
You barebacked it. You raw dogged it.
I raw dogged a public toilet seat.
Yeah.
Ass cheeks to a cold, dirty, germ filled.
Was it the black seat? That's like a classic seat. Toilet, white porcelain, black seat.
Yeah. Yeah, not my proudest moment.
Yeah, you know why they do the black seat, right?
Why?
You can't see anything on a black surface.
So what if I take
white seat? You see all the dirt, all the shit.
What if we do one of those swab tests where we take and then we send it into a lab and see what's actually on?
Do you remember doing that in high school?
Yeah.
Where they proved the point that the keyboard on the computer is more dirty than the bathroom toilet?
I didn't compare the keyboard to the bathroom toilet. Was that a thing?
That was like the big thing. It was like, we're going to swab the keyboard. We're going to swab, like the teacher swabbed the things in the room. And then she said, here, take these swabs, go to the bathroom, swab whatever you want. And then results were that the keyboard was more dirty than anything in the bathroom.
The phone's got to be the worst. Your cell phone.
At this point, yeah, probably. This was maybe back when like razors were out. Cell phones weren't that popping.
Because right now, your phone's got to be your worst. Because you're touching, public spots. You go to grab your phone right after to send a text or whatever. Like, your phone has to be filthy.
Yeah, and then you put it up to your face.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
No good.
No good. Shouts to no good. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. Well, what do you think?
Should we put a button on it? You ready?
I think I don't want.
Should
I
we
don't
wrap it with your shit story.
I don't want to
take a shower after this.
Scrub my ass. I don't want to end it, but it just like we could be literally on here for.
Yeah, we should do more pods. You should come.
We do need
be
to.
A guest. You should stop being a bitch and do some stand-up comedy. I think you could find an open mic where you just get to go up. You just go. It's an open mic. They have 5 minutes for anybody to come do whatever they want. I think you should get up there and see what you got.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'd go with you. I'd watch that. I'll film it.
You wouldn't go.
100% I'd go.
Yeah, I gotta. What's the Second City or what's the big Chicago ones?
Second City's big. I think they're more improv than anything. Zany's is big, but in the comedy community, people have open mics in bars and whatever. You just got to tap in and find the open mic scene.
I got to do my research.
Coffee shops.
I for sure got to just swing the bat at stand-up comedy.
100%.
What if I did my first ever stand-up comedy thing? You filmed it. I posted it. It went viral, and I just blew up. And they were like, "Who is this guy? How long has he been doing stand-up comedy for?" And I was like, "I just did it that one time."
Yeah, just at your boy's wedding.
And here I am.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ready.
Yeah, we got to do it.
I'm ready. I like that. Thank you guys for watching. Party with Strategy Podcast, episode 113. The Pierogi Prince is in the building.
Get this Nick on social media.
Get this Nick. Tongue Gang CEO.
Tongue Gang CEO.
We'll see you guys next time. Make sure you drop a like on the video, comment if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the page. Algorithm activating activity is always accepted here, and we like it. Support is always appreciated. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.